What's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, back with another Series 11 video. This time we're doing a battle video. Believe it or not, it's been a long time since we did one of these, right? Almost every other video in Series 10, it was always me doing a team building video or inviting some special guest from some other country across the world. But now finally we're back to using some of our squads, and it's been a while since we had this kind of preview, but we're going to kick things off with Kyogre here. So remember, this is Dynamax. Dynamax is back. The Big Whale is back. So pretty standard moveset: Water Spout, Orange Pulse, Ice Beam, Protect. We are using Mystic Water just for the highest damage output, and we have enough speed to outspeed Regieleki under Tailwind. Speaking of Tailwind, Tornadus comes next, hence the Arc-type Tone Ogre. We have Tailwind, we have Hurricane, we have Brutal Swing and Protect. Again, Brutal Swing is for the upcoming Mon. After this one, you'll see what it is. I'm sure you can take a look at the Mon underneath me and you can probably figure out what it's for. But what's unique about this Tornadus is we are Life Orb. Remember, we were using this in the team building video, and the point of the Life Orb is to punish fake out users that want to stop the Tailwind on the Tornadus. So this way we can Dynamax the Tornadus, go for Airstream, and get a +1 boost anyway, and then just absolutely murder anything that wants to take this max Airstream with the Life Orb. So that's what's good about this. And again, because we have Brutal Swing, this turns into Max Darkness, so it'll reduce special defense, which will very much benefit our Kyogre and our other special attacker on the team, which you'll see after this one. But first, Metagross, welcome back. Metagross is something that very much missed Dynamax, to be able to double its HP and then go for hard-hitting max Steel Spikes and max Quakes and benefit off the Weakness Policy item, which is what we have here. Metagross was a threat in Dynamax format, but without it, it kind of suffered because, you know, it just couldn't match speed for speed, and it offset some of that with its bulk, because you had to hit it with a super effective move to deal with it. But the problem with doing that is you activate its policy by doing that, and then it just KOs you right back. So yeah, Metagross is back on the squad, and it very much benefits from Kyogre because Kyogre brings the rain, and the rain reduces fire damage, which is one of Metagross's weaknesses. So always good when you have a steel type on a rain team. Zapdos is here, so Zapdos can also benefit from Kyogre here because we have Hurricane, which makes Hurricanes 100% accurate. We have Thunderbolt, we have Heat Wave, we have Roost, alright, and we don't have the Life Orb, so I've opted to go modest but slower and bulkier, and we have the safety goggles here just in case we run into any Sun teams. Because then the safety goggles will protect us against Sleep Powder from, you know, Venusaur, or even Spore from Amoonguss. So that's Zapdos' role on this team. And it's also very good against Zacian because we have Heat Wave, and we are bulky, and we have Static. Alright, after this, we have Rillaboom. So in Series 10, Rillaboom, the most common item was Assault Vest. You can still run Assault Vest in Dynamax format, but I think its best item is back to being Miracle Seed, just to be able to deal big damage, and just having max Adamant 252 attack along with the Wood Hammer is just devastating damage against potential Dynamax Mons. And if we need to, we can Dynamax our own Rillaboom, because you can go for Tailwind with your Tornadus and then Dynamax your own Rillaboom. And remember, Rillaboom's grass move is base 160 damage, and I don't know any Mons that want to take base 160 damage from a Dynamax from a Dynamax Rillaboom. So yeah. There's Rillaboom, and again, it benefits from being on a Kyogre rain team because fire damage gets reduced. So yeah, to close it out, we do have Incineroar, because Incineroar is Incineroar. All right, this is the most used Mon in VGC without much explanation, because 1, you get Intimidate, 2, you get Fake Out, 3, you get pivot moves like Parting Shot, or this one, U-Turn. And you can build it many different ways, and your opponent can't really expect it or predict it unless they play against it. We're running Darkest Lariat just so that we have a hard-hitting dark move against opposing Calyrex Shadow teams. And what's unique with this Incineroar is we are Assault Vest, so we are Adamant 116, which means we have a good number of attack. So if necessary, we can Dynamax our Incineroar, and even just go for hard-hitting Max Flares or also Max Darknesses. All right, all good fun here. So I really like AV Incineroar this format. And yeah, so there's the squad. So it's been a long time since we've used one of my own teams, 3 months to be exact. So let's just go straight on to it. And Thateney with an 8 instead of an O in his name. And it is a Lugia squad with Comfey, Arcanine, Hatterene, Whimsicott. Holy smokes, what the heck is this? Any of these things get I think the Hatterene does get Brutal Swing here. There's a Comfey here. I don't know why. Maybe it's Trick Room. Maybe he wants to proc Policy. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm generally confused, but there's an Arcanine here. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to think, like, how does he stop Tornadus Kyogre? Like, if I just click the Water Spout button, what does he do? Like, I generally don't understand how he stops this. These two. He can't fake out. He could do Trick Room. Maybe there's Extreme Speed. There's a Lugia. I think if I just do this and then bring Zapdos in the back, it's okay. I know there's a Lando there. He has two things that want to be intimidated. We do have Incineroar. I think that's also good against Lugia and good against his two physical mons. And we're AV, so yeah, I think Incin can do a lot here. I still don't quite know how he stops this lead of Kyogre Tornadus, but we shall see. I don't think he had any water resist besides the Whimsicott, so yeah. Alright, so it's going to be Arcanine and Whimsicott. Oh, it's beat up. It's beat up. Okay, well, we're going to smash the Arcanine because we go first. Oh, it has an air balloon. Oh, that's cool. Well, we're going to smash that. Let me just check. Did he have any water resist? No, he didn't, right? So I feel like if I just max this, let me just think. Like, is there some other gimmick? Like, okay, beat up, Tailwind. I mean, the thing is, the Arcanine is faster, right? That's the other thing I have to remember. He's faster than Kyogre here. Okay, I have another idea. What if I just do... What if I protect the first turn? And then what if I do this? What if I do this? Okay. What if I do this? Alright, this might have been a bad play, but I did it anyway, just because we're in Great Ball tier, because first day. Alright. Because if he Tailwinds, I Tailwind, he maxes, I max, you know, he could have that electric move, so God knows what he has. Alright. He actually just Tailwinded, so I could have just smashed this Arcanine from the get-go. Alright, and here's our Airstream. Okay. Are you Sash? You are Sash. Okay. Cool. Alright, now what did the Arcanine do? Is it Wild Charge? Is it something crazy like Wild Charge? That's what I want to know. Okay. And it's actually Roar. Oh, okay. That's fine. Okay. And there's a Zapdos. So you're going to give my Zapdos a speed boost. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, so what's funny is that we can just do this. Hurricane over here. And then we can just, I guess, Airstream I mean, no, we don't want to max Darkness, right? We can just also do this. Remove the Arcanine. Okay. I'm just thinking about what he has in the back. Obviously he has the Lugia. He could max that. We have AV Incin in the back. So you have to start considering that. And if I can get Tailwind up, that's good. And he Tailwinded first as well. So there's the E-Speed. Okay, I would love a para here. Yep, there it is. Assuming the Arcanine doesn't die, it's fine. There's the beat up. Well, unfortunately, if you were gonna do that, why didn't you just max? All right, he popped his own air balloon, which is actually kind of funny. Okay. Yeah, Great Ball does some wild things. All right, I responded with a wild thing of my own. Alright, here's another Airstream. Alright, this probably kills the Arcanine, yep. So now our Zapdos is quite fast. Okay. And we'll kill the Whimsicott as well here because we're going for a tornado. I'm sorry, a hurricane, which is essentially a tornado. Alright, goodbye Whimsicott. Nice knowing you. I also remember I have to turn up my sound because I forgot that I have game music low. But let's see. Alright, so there's the Lando. Okay, that's not gonna matter. And there's the Comfey. What? No Lugia. Hello? Okay. No Lugia. Alright. So I'm just going to do this. Get an Incin and, you know, at least try and remove the Comfey. Yeah. Because, I mean, even if he rock falls the Torn, I guess it's fine. Because he can't even kill. Because we're going to swap in our Incin. Alright. And if he ally switches, great. But maybe this is a Trick Room play, but that's okay. That's still okay. My Kyogre is probably slower than you anyway. So he's thinking about it. He's not sure if he's going to max or not. Okay, so we're swapping the Zapdos. In comes the Incineroar. We are going to get the Intimidate off. So this Lando is now -1. Unless it's something wild like White Herb. And I wouldn't put it past him if it was. Okay. So there it is. There's the Intimidate. And there's his Dynamax. Welcome back, Dynamax. Alright. Lando at -1. Did you go for the Rockfall? Alright. I doubt you went for a Quake on 2 Flying Mons. So this is definitely going to be a Rockfall. And it's a -1 Rockfall, non-stab. I don't think it'll do 50% unless you're Life Orb. So let's see what happens here. And there's the Airstream. So the Comfey probably went for Trick Room. Comfey does live. Alright, we have a fast Incin now. Alright. Let's see what this Lando tries to do. Is it going to be a Rockfall? It is a Rockfall, so this is a -1 Rockfall. Did he go for the Zapdos? He went for my Lando. Okay, good. So we do live. Now the Comfey probably went for Trick Room here. Alright, so that's always nice. Oh, it was Life Orb. Oh, okay. And there's the Trick Room. Okay. Alright. So that's fine. Because the Comfey is going to die to Hail Chip eventually. Alright. And you can't floor healing yourself. Alright, now I think what I'm going to do... This Lando's -1 now. I think I'm gonna try and pivot. Alright, let me think about this. I have a Zapdos, right? Let's see. I think I'm gonna switch the Incin out for the Zapdos here in case he tries to Quake. And I probably die, but on the Tornadus slot. So I'm just going to try and protect this turn. Alright, let's see if I can survive. I don't think I survive, but you know, we'll see. Let's see if we can bait the Max Quake here on the Incineroar slot. Alright, we'll protect here. Let's see what the Comfey does in case he does like some Draining Kiss shenanigans, which he actually does. So I'm glad I protected there. That's kind of why I did it in the first place. There's the Knuckle. Okay, this is probably, that probably went into Incineroar. So Zapdos takes it. So that's probably superpower, right? Okay, he gets his attack boost back actually, which is interesting. Alright. And the Comfey does die, so now it's a 3-on-1. Okay. And Trick Room. The opposing... Wait a minute. Wait, did he do what I think he did? Yeah, so there's 3 turns of Trick Room. And I have no turns of Tailwind. Okay. Here's what I can do. I can go for a Roost here. And I'm just going to swap out my Tornadus for an Incineroar. Bring it back to -1. Alright. He can go for another Knuckle if he wants. If I had the late game Tailwind, I win the game because I have a Kyogre in the back. Alright, so there's an Intimidate back to -1. So this is his last turn of max. There's another. Oh, now he airstreams. Oh, okay. And we're fine there. We are fine there. Okay. And we'll just roost up. Alright, so this way we don't take any super effective damage. Okay. Alright, and his max is gone. Good. Okay, so the fact that he airstreams means he stays -1, so that's nice. So I'm just going to Heat Wave here. And honestly, I can just Flare Blitz. I'm going to try and U-turn. Because now he's faster than me, right? So I'm going to try and U-turn. If he kills the instant, that's fine. Alright, so here's my... Oh, I'm faster, even after an airstream. That's very interesting. Okay. Okay. I guess I can still go into the Tornadus here. It's still fine. Alright. Alright, let's see what he did. Did he go for a Rocks? Alright, so we'll go for the Heat Wave first. That's great chip on the Lando, honestly. And there's a Rock Slide. So that might kill. But again, I get to have the Instant come back in here. And then I can just Fake Out. Yeah, see, look, he's dying to Life Orb chip. So now we just go Instant. We can Fake Out and bring in the Kyogre, and the game's over, basically. Honestly, I don't think he can even kill the Zapdos because we Roost. But anyway, this Lando's -2. The Roost is just 1 turn, actually. But still, he's Intimidate spammed. So now I can just... Yeah, I can just go for Heat Wave again, honestly. And just Fake Out. And game's over. Yep. Alright, so there's the Fake Out. And even if he gets an attack off, he'll kill himself to Life Orb. Alright, and we do miss the Heat Wave. So, but yeah. Okay, so GG's here. Oh, right. Dang it, I forgot there was Trick Room. That's why he went first. I checked it. Wait a minute. I was like, he Tailwind and then he Trick Roomed. I was like, huh. That you never see that. So it messed me up. And I forgot to check because it's been a while, right? But that's it. This game's done. Alright, so there's another Rock Slide. Again, Relive, assuming we get double flinch here. But it doesn't matter. He kills himself to Life Orb. So we'll take that. Interesting first game. And we're getting back into the swing of things, so we'll take that dub. Alright, I think he rage quitted, right? Yep, he did. Alrighty. Wait, it's Molgar? What? No, that's a Pikachu! Oh no! We're playing Molgar on stream? Oh no, we're gonna get smashed! Why? Molgar! Where's your Raichu? Oh no, why? Okay. So there's a Tsareena. Alright, so he's got 2 grass types here, right? Honestly, Zapdos looks pretty good. The problem is there's a lightning, there's a Pikachu that could Gigantamax and it has Volt Tackle shenanigans. Jesus. And it depends on what the Togekiss is, right? Oh no. Why, Molgar? Alright. How do I do this? And he has a Tsareena too. Okay, I have an idea. We'll do it like this. We're gonna do it like this. Okay. Molgar wants to play. Alright, he's got 2 grass types. Dang it. Do I really want to bring Incineroar here? Alright, we'll bring Metagross. Alright, seems weird against a Charizard. Why is there a Charizard on a Kyogre team? Oh no. Okay. This is going to be interesting. This is the Molgar, right? I'm not sure. I think it is. Like, I never remember IGNs. Alright, what are they going to go for? Oh no, he went the other route. Okay, there's Tailwind shenanigans, there's Fake Tears shenanigans. Oh no, yeah. And there's the Rillaboom. Oh, that's not great. Okay. And he can protect too, right? Jeez. Kyogre doesn't want to take this at all. Alright, the question is, do you have protect? And do you swap in Tsareena here? That is the question. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in Kyogre here. And I am going to, believe it or not, should I max this? And just... and try and kill the Whims? Or should I go for the Zard? Oh, no. Alright, you know what? We're doing it. We're maxing. We're going to max turn 1. Alright, so we're going to swap our Rilla in for Kyogre. And let's see. Did he fake tears and go for some pleb play? We'll see. I've never played Mogar before, so this is a fun matchup for me. So we max first, okay. Alright, now the question is, did you protect anything here at all? Now, I don't think Mogar checked my sets, or if he looked at my Twitter. I don't think it matters. He maxed the Zard. Okay, is this fake tears? Alright, we did get the rain out. Did you airstream, Mogar? Is the next question. Alright, so he has G-Max Charizard out here. Okay, and let's see it. He taunted. Oh, well then I'm glad we maxed this. Alright, and here's the airstream. Alright, are you Sash? You are not. So your Sash is on your Pikachu. Now, what did you go on the Zard is the next question. Did you go for a fire move? Did you go for a fire move, Mogar? He did go for a fire move. Okay. Oh, he went... Can we live this? Yeah, we do live it. Okay. Oh, that didn't do as much damage as I thought. I know we have the rain. Yeah, and he's Life Orb. Okay. But he did get his chip out. Okay. So there's that. We do get a little bit of recovery. Alright, now what else do you have in the back? Is there a Pikachu? Don't tell me there's a Pikachu. Please don't tell me there's a Pikachu. Oh, it's Tsareena. He did have it the whole time. Yeah, he did have it. Okay. Alright, so now the question is... does an Ice Beam... No, I should go for Water Spout, right? Or Origin Pose. Yeah, I'm going for Water Spout here. And then I can just Airstream again, right? Into the Zard? Does the Zard max guard? I think I have to remove the Tsareena anyway. Unless he swaps this. Let's see. Does he bait it? Because we'll go again after this Airstream. Kyogre's faster. Unless he has Grassy Glide. Mogar, do you have Grassy Glide? That's my next question. I didn't consider that. I did not consider that. I don't want to go in an endgame against Charizard with a Metagross in the back. He didn't max guard. Okay. And there's no Grassy Glide. Is that a Sash Tsareena? It is a Sash Tsareena. Alright. Kyogre, do your thing. KO the Zard. KO the Zard. Come on. Oh, let's go! Oh, we're gaming now. Alright, Mogar. Mogar, I want you to know I've always been a fan of your squads with Raichu. I love Raichu as well. So if you ever get to watch this video, I appreciate you and I support you. Okay? I want one day for us to do a YouTube collaboration. Alright, I've brought so many people on the channel. I have not brought a Mogar on the channel. One day, I would like to make that possible. Okay? Yeah. I think we just Water Spout again, right? This is single target this time, and we still have one turn of max. Alright, battle was cancelled. Let's just go say hi to Mogar. I don't know if he's streaming though. I don't know if they are streaming. I want to correct myself there. GG's, my friend. Okay, another player from the Far East. Oh boy, this looks like another tryhard Zacian team with Grimmsnarl, and there's a Lando here. Okay, now bringing the Incineroar is going to be difficult because there's a Milotic there, so maybe we have to either bring the Zapdos or the Rillaboom. The problem is the Landorus, right? There's a Grimmsnarl. You know what? Maybe this is the Tornadus Metagross game. Alright, I wish I had Thunder Punch on this thing. Then this would have been easy. Doesn't have Fake Out. Alright, well, we definitely bring the Kyogre in the back. Alright, that's for sure. Do I want Zapdos or Rillaboom? I think Zapdos is a little better. Just because I have Heat Wave to hit the Zacian. Alright, so we'll go with this. Okay, this will be a tricky one. If he has the P2, even more difficult. Because we don't have Taunt on this. Alright. So let's see what he does. No P2. Is it Grimmsnarl? It is Grimmsnarl Zacian. I just realized I didn't bring Incineroar. Oh no. Okay. Alright. The problem now is... Okay, what is actually the problem? If I Brutal Swing, I die, right? Because he has that move. I think I still go Tailwind here, no matter what. And let Kyogre try and finish the game. And then I'll just chip this thing, I guess. Because he can go for Light Screen next turn, so let's try this. So we're not going to max here. So if our Tornadus dies, it dies. And if our Metagross dies, that's fine. We get the free switch into Kyogre. Alright, so we'll Tailwind here. Alright, no protects on either side. There's the Reflect, so... Are you Babiri Berry is the next question, or are you just straight Light Clay? So here's an Iron Head. That's good chip. Okay. And there's the Behemoth Blade. This probably went into my Tornadus, which is why I want... Oh, he went into the Metagross. What? That doesn't make sense. Huh? Okay. Do you have Lando in the back? Is the next question. Okay. I have another idea. Is this really what I want to do? I think it is. Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm doing it. Alright, so we're going to get our Tornadus out of here. We're going to go into a Kyogre here. Alright, very risky play. I don't think I needed to do this, but I went for it. Because at the very least I can get my Kyogre a speed boost. I mean a defense boost. Alright. So here's our Max Metagross. Welcome back to Series 8. Okay. Alright. And there's the Light Screen. Okay, that's still okay. Alright, and here's the Steel Spike. Goodbye, Grimmsnarl. We get a defense boost. Okay, and this will help for our Kyogre, which is always nice. And now what does the Zacian do? Did he close combat? He Sacred Sworded. Okay, he does chip damage on our Metagross. But we're trying to make the most of our Tailwind turns here. So now the question is there a Lando in the back? That's the next question. Because now I have two things putting on pressure. It's the P2 in the back. Okay. Now, remember, I don't have a weakness policy proc, but I feel like this can still kill. If he goes for Trick Room, is that bad? I have 2 turns of Tailwind. Okay. I don't think he wants to swap the Lando here. If he does, it dies. So I'll give him the Trick Room, but can I kill the Zacian? Or does the Zacian protect? Is the next question. Do you swap the Zacian? Does swap the Zacian. Don't tell me this is Lando. Please don't be Lando. Oh, it's Milotic. Okay. And he maxed the P2. Uh-oh. He maxed the Porygon. Alright, the Duck is back. Do you have Thunder on this thing? That's what I want to know. Do you have Thunder? Alright, Kyogre goes for Water Spout. Does some damage on the P2. And we are going to at least get a Quake off. Alright, deals some damage. He does have a Light Screen. Okay. And now what does the P2 go for? He goes for Phantasm. He's going to give me my policy. Oh, Metagross is so good! Oh my god. Alright, well there's our thing. Alright, that Milo... See, we're not worried about Milo, right? Because we have a Zapdos and a Torn in the back. Alright, so I feel like this is just another Water Spout. And then the P2 could max guard. Could read that. Because now the question is, does Steel Spike kill him, right? I have to think about this. Could also prepare for the Zacian endgame. He did max the P2. He could max guard this. This is my last turn. Let's see. He has to max guard here, right? Still thinking about it. I would max guard. He didn't max guard. Does this Steel Spike kill? Alright, we'll find out. Through the screens, Metagross. Not enough. Okay. Alright. Still, we get Kyogre some boost. There's a Scald. That'll finish off Metagross. Alright. Again, this is still okay. Because we have Torn and a Zapdos in the back. There's a Max Strike. Okay. And he went into the Kyogre slot. Does a lot. Does a lot. Alright, and our Tailwind is gone. But we can just set it again with this. Alright. So here's another Torn, and I think this just still kills. Like, I had to be perfectly honest here. And then we do have Tailwind again for the late game. So I'm just gonna do it. So Tailwind, and hopefully Origin Pulse is enough from this range to pick it up. So here's the Tailwind. Kyogre, please outspeed both of these things. B+1. Nice, and we connect. So both of these should just go down. Perfect. Light Screen, you don't matter. Alright. Light Screen, you don't matter. And we have a Zapdos in the back, so that's always nice. Okay, and here comes Zacian. Alright, and again, it's a 3-on-1 virtually, and I have a Zapdos in the back. And Zacian can't really do too much to it. So, alright. There's one more turn of Rain. Again, he could protect. That's fine. He could very well protect. Hmm. The Kyogre. Let me think. 140. Let me think about this. 210. Is that enough to outspeed? Maybe not. But I have to put pressure on him, right? So I'm still going to go for this, and I'm still going to Hurricane him, because I might even get a confusion. So let's try it. I have to make him pick one. So he does protect. Alright, so he's trying to stall out my rain. Okay. Still fine. Alright, so the rain stops. Still okay. Because, I mean, the thing is, my Kyogre has a defense boost. So that's important. So I'm still going to go for this. I understand it's not as strong. Oh, actually, that's... Yeah, actually, that's a problem. Because now, I only have 2 turns of Tailwind. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have did it last turn. So I'm going to go into Zapdos here. And I'm going to just protect this turn. Or should I do it in the other slot? Let me try this. Let me try this first. So I'm going to get my Kyogre out of here. Go into Zapdos. Because now at the very least I can put Heat Wave pressure on him. Alright, Torn protects. Alright, and there's the Behemoth Blade. Perfect. Alright. Nice. Alright, and now I can just go for Heat Wave. Or, yeah, I can do this, right? I do have one more turn of Tailwind, so yeah, that's another thing. Because then it'll be in the rain. Yeah, that's what makes this awkward, right? I still think I do this. Alright, you know what? Let's just go Thunderbolt first. No, I'm going for the Heat Wave. I don't care. I'm going for the Heat Wave. And the Torn? Alright, we'll swap it out. No, we'll keep it in. Ah! Dang it, I couldn't decide. And then we just... dang it. Alright, but we do outspeed the Zacian. Alright, and we do connect on the Heat Wave. That's a pretty bulky Zacian. There's a Behemoth Blade. I should have made my decision faster. Alright, and down goes the Torn. Okay. Alright. And there goes my Tailwind. There's this Reflect. He still has one more turn of Light Screen. That's the other thing. And the thing is, this is what makes it awkward, right? But I have another idea. The thing is, I still have Thunderbolt, right? And I still have Hurricane plays. So I still can do this. And I can protect this turn. Alright, and then he might be able to read this, but we'll see. Yeah, I should have reacted quicker on the Torn slot. Dang it. Alright, he has Wild Charge. Oh, he's one of those Zacians? Oh, then I'm glad I protected there. Alright, now we just take Chip from Thunderbolt. Yeah, oh, now we just win the game. Alright, we get the crit. I don't think it matters. There goes his Light Screen. GG's. Alright, Thunderbolt. And we'll just go for, I guess, a Water Spout, right? He can only pick one. Alright, so we couldn't, we had some very key protects. He'll just kill himself here, right? Because of the recoil. Yeah, it just got a little awkward in the end because, alright, there's the rain out. Do I Heat Wave? Do I Thunderbolt? Do I Hurricane, right? But it was okay. We still managed. We figured it out. Alright, and there's our Kyogre squad for Series 11, and we got to use, I think, 5 of the 6, so that's pretty good. We didn't bring the Rillaboom in any of the games, surprisingly, right? And even in the Kyogre game, we still didn't bring it. But again, still okay. I mean, Incin was good that first game against the Landorus. Zapdos came in clutch in a couple of games, and Dynamax Tornadus in 2 of our games was also very, very good. Opponents least suspected, that's why I put it there. And Kyogre did what Kyogre did best. Again, we're still getting reused to Dynamaxing, so we're still seeing some weird stuff and, you know, just trying to remember that, yeah, you can Dynamax, but your opponent can Dynamax too, you know, so just trying to get back into the swing of things. But hey, we had a 3-0 video, and overall, I think the squad is solid. This is one of 5 rental teams that I gave out today, so it works out pretty good. So hopefully this video gave you a gist of how it's supposed to play, and yeah, we'll be back next time with another one of our Series 11 squads. Again, don't forget, the membership program is live. If you join either a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, you get benefits. You can do team fixing, team building with me. All right, very affordable. So yeah, be sure to check that out, or message me on Discord if you want to try and arrange something. All right, so until then, peace out. Have a good one.